Hello, my name is Eric Roeder. I work in business development for Codilation. We're a team of website developers, software engineers, and just overall super nerds. We develop apps and websites in the obvious technology hub that is Fargo, North Dakota. That summary of my life sounds dreadful to most of the world, but I absolutely love my community and I love my job. Every week I meet incredible people who are absolutely inspiring. They have new business ideas or are spearheading giant projects to make our community better, or just are smarter than me and have great professional knowledge to share. I thought it would be relatively selfish to keep all of this information to myself, so I decided to start a little talk show. Welcome to my office.
My guest this week is Patrick Kirby. He's the founder of Do Good Better Consulting, and he's noticeably excited about it. He has a couple big projects in the works, and we're going to talk about them this week. All right, Patrick.
That was great.
I'm really excited to have you on the show. You've been kind of on my season 1 dream list for a while.
Aww.
Can you come and I'm just glad you're here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Patrick Kirby, and I am the founder of Do Good Better. We're a consulting firm that helps nonprofits raise more money, have a hell of a lot more fun doing it, and kind of uncomplicate the very complicated world of philanthropy.
All right. Well, you took this terrifying leap off of a cliff.
I did.
To open or to start your own business. And I mean, you talk about helping other people with philanthropy. That's just exciting in its own right. And so can we get into some of the bigger details of Do Good Better, or do you?
Yes. No, very much so. So a lot of people ask the question, what do I do first? Because I think in the nonprofit industry, everybody wears like 1,000 different hats.
Right.
The executive director is also the marketing person, the fundraiser, the HR person, the phone answerer person. Like, they do all of the things. And fundraising sometimes takes a back seat because you have all these other lists of things to do to keep an organization running.
Right.
And so they don't necessarily have the time or the brain capacity to go, okay, let me organize and build a plan and get my fundraising hat straight. And so I come in and kind of help them out and say, you don't need to do any of this, but you should probably do this. And this part that I train them on and kind of teach them on
Right.
is building relationships with donors and making sure that they understand that that's the most important thing that they can do.
And you came from those roles of being the most important at different organizations that you worked in the past.
Yeah, I started right out of college working at my old high school. So
Yep.
I was a politics major, and which meant I was unemployed. And so they said, "Hey, do you want a job?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds great." And so I did alumni events and some fundraising, and I eventually started working at the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation down in the Twin Cities as their senior director of development. And I did their galas and I did their walk programs and that kind of stuff. Moved up to Fargo. Because my wife is from Fargo, so we're here.
Yeah.
And then I was recruited out to work as the chief development officer at the Ann Carlson Center, which is this wonderful, amazing place out in Jamestown and now statewide that helps kids and young adults with developmental disabilities and delay. And I love the idea of helping people in a bunch of different manners, though. I like being this little honeybee.
You have more energy than anyone who's ever been here. And actually,
yes,
like, I'm usually the exciting one, and like, I'm Eeyore next to you. Like, it's Eric, and I'm here with Patrick today. And so I made a business chart this week, kind of displaying that energy.
Ooh.
And so yeah, you can see we have normal people, their energy, and it's measured in joules. And then me, I'm like 2 to 3 times as much as normal people. And then we have an exploding star, and then like a little bit above that is you.
This is fantastic. I'm gonna snap a photo of this before I leave, and then I'm gonna showcase this to my children. No, I'm gonna take a photo of this so that when my children act up tonight, and I go, "Why do you act like this?" And I'll go, "Oh, genetics."
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that
because I'm running on like 10 to the 23rd joules of energy. It's something I kind of looked it up. It's a lot.
That is amazing. I love that.
So we're going to shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
You just wrote a book.
I did.
Can we talk about what this book is?
Yes. No, I would love that. It is called Fundraise Awesomer,
Okay.
A Practical Guide to Staying Sane While Doing Good. And it essentially tries to compartmentalize the idea of fundraising into really basic how to do things once per day to move the needle forward. So, for example, I just say if you do one thing on a Monday for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 2 hours, one thing on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can feel at the end of the week that you've accomplished something. Because again, we talked about these multiple hat things that nonprofits do. So Mondays are for planning, Tuesdays are for doing, Wednesdays are for documenting, Thursdays are for celebrating, and Fridays are for appreciating. If you do one of those things a day,
and
you're
what's
good.
Interesting is Tuesdays are for doing, as we're in office filming.
We're literally doing this on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, because it's for doing. And most people could write a book about something, but few do. So I applaud you for doing that. And you're releasing this book in the middle of another wild and crazy event. You have a do-gooders conference coming up.
Yes.
Can we talk about that as well?
I would love to. I had a wild hair one day that said, I'd really love to do a fundraising conference, but do it like really different. Like different as in the keynote speaker is a military psychic medium.
Obviously.
Again, obviously you would get that. And so like, I just wanted to have people think differently and have fun and not be in a regular setting of a conference and talk about fundraising in a really weird and awesome sort of way.
And that's you.
And that's just me. Yeah, it's me in conference form.
Weird, awesome person. Just go to a conference about it. And I love it. It's great. And you're going to help other people do great. And I looked at some of the other speakers, and every one of them that I know, I super like. And so, if you aren't doing it July 16th?
Tuesday, July 16th at the
Tuesday
Pines.
for doing.
Yeah, for Tuesday. We're going to do a conference on Tuesday. Yeah.
All right. And I'll put the link up so that people can follow it and just get a little bit more information on that. We're gonna change gears more. We were kind of talking about this mild script that I'm reading right now, and you said, "Oh, can we talk about Final Fantasy X?"
Yes.
And I said, well, we're a crew of software engineers and website developers. Yes, we can talk about a 20-year-old Final Fantasy game.
Which I'm now playing again because they re-released it and remastered it for
I have not
Switch.
yet, and it's on my list of rainy summer things to buy.
Yes.
Who's your favorite character in the game?
That's a tough question. It's a combo between Kimari, who's the Ronso with the broken horn, or and I'm going to dig deep on this one, Barthelo, who is the guardian that loses his actual, and he's like this doofy character that always just runs around, goes, "Oh, Barthelo," and then he runs around, right?
Jeez,
yes, and he's like the greatest ad character of all time in a video game as a throwaway character.
Well, I see there are no wrong answers to that, but the correct answer is Sir Aaron. And that's just...
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's a good game, and I miss it, and I will probably replay it. So each week, we like to ask our guests, is there anything we can do to help them? So is there anything our audience can do to help you do good better?
Yes, you can do good better. And in fact, it's not even helping me, it's actually helping the amazing nonprofits that are in your area. So if you don't have a charity to fall in love with, find one and then go give of your time, talent, treasure, whatever it is, go give as generously as you can to them and just be awesome out there giving back in any way you possibly can. It not only makes the world a better place, but my life a lot easier by explaining there are so many good people like yourself doing amazing volunteer work that then I can showcase you and everybody else out there who's doing amazing things as an example.
Yeah, no, and it's really important to align with a charity, and that's close to your heart and is something that you can get behind. And there's so many more things you can do than just money. And I think it's really important to find that fit for you. And so, thanks for being here, Patrick.
Thanks for having me.
Do you have anything else for everybody? Or
you should probably peek on Amazon starting July 1st and maybe look up Fundraise Awesomer as a book. But otherwise, do go find yourself a charity and make yourself feel really good by giving. And that's kind of how I would leave it there.
All right,
that's
perfect.
My end note.
Perfect. Thank you for being here. We're gonna go play some blitzball now. No, we're not. No,
that's terrible.
It sucks. That was the
worst
worst.
Part of the game. Yep.
All right, have a good weekend, everybody.